This is the Lancer Locker Show on KYNT. Now, let's talk some Mount Marty University athletics with the coaches, as well as your host and the voice of Mount Marty University athletics, Tehl Tanner.
Well, another Monday on KYNT. I am Tehl Tanner. On the Lancer Locker, we're talking Mount Marty University athletics today. We're talking basketball with two assistant coaches for the Mount Marty Lancers. First time this year, we're bringing in both Jarias Halligan and Marissa Caballero to talk with me today in a very special edition of the Lancer Locker. Assistant Coach Day is basically what we're having. Let's go first to our week in review with Lancer Athletics. Over the last couple of days, there have been a couple of basketball games. First off, last Wednesday, the Mount Marty basketball teams had a night sweep over Midland University. Midland came to town Wednesday. The Mount Marty women played first, won that game 67-60 final. Great game for the Lancers. The men's team ended up winning 67-62. Both games came down to the wire. Kira Burnt had a steal and score with about a minute 10 on the clock for the women. Ended up going up by 5. Eve Miller had a clutch block right at the end to kind of seal it for the men's game. It was Cade Stearns drilling a 3 from the left corner with about 30 seconds on the clock. Gave the Lancers a 3-point advantage. Tash Lunday hit two free throws right at the end of the game to make it a 67-62 final. Great wins over Midland. Go to Morningside on Saturday. Tougher games for the Lancers. The women's program faced number 25 Morningside, led after the first quarter, up 18-17. Morningside came out in the second, little different. They ended up trailing at the half, did Mount Marty, by 10. On the road to a top 25 opponent, but that's still trailing by 10 on the road, top 25. They'll take that. Second half, Morningside just came out and dominated. 87-54 final in that one. Lancers will move on the season to 3-8 overall. We'll speak with the assistant coach of the Mount Marty Lancers up in a couple of minutes. The men's basketball program also played Morningside, kept it very close. 88-74 was the final in a 14-point final. Morningside did get the win in that one. Some incredible play, however, from Tash Lunday, playing sick. I was told he was just sick as a dog, but he came into that game and just balled out 28 points for the Lancers men's basketball team. For the women, by the way, off the bench came Kayla Martinez with 18 points, a new career high. It was a great day for Kayla Martinez and for Tash Lunday, even though they were two losses, some very clutch performances. We're speaking with both the assistant coaches of both these two programs coming up on KYNT. We'll go to men's basketball first. This week coming up, both of these two basketball teams will travel to Concordia, Nebraska, or to Seward, Nebraska, to play Concordia on Wednesday evening. 6 p.m. will be the tip. We've got coverage right here on KYNT. I'll be down there myself in Seward for those matchups. On Saturday, the two basketball programs return home. Jamestown comes to town Saturday, 2 p.m., Simple Arena. Also Saturday, actually Friday is when it begins, Mount Marty Track and Field, the indoor season begins. The Concordia Early Bird down in Seward, Friday, Saturday. A great weekend for Mount Marty. Track and Field begins, basketball at home, Wednesday doubleheader on the road versus Concordia, and we're talking with assistant coaches coming up. This is KYNT 102.1 FM, AM 1450. Let's take a break on the Lancer Locker. When we return, Coach Jarias Halligan, the assistant coach of the men's basketball team, in the booth. This is KYNT, your home for Lancer Athletics.
We were founded on innovation and a passion to help our customers. This is Glenn Zupfer at Aztec in Yankton. We also want our employees to thrive and succeed every day. Our core values are more than something we list on a wall. We live them every day. We have openings in a variety of departments, sign-on bonuses up to $2,000, immediate benefits like retirement savings, paid holidays, bonus earnings, tuition reimbursement, and more. Build your career with a group that's built to connect from rock to road. Stop by for a walk-in interview or click on careers at aztecindustries.com.
You want peace of mind that you're healthy. Support your breast health by getting a mammogram every year starting at age 40. Multiple Avera Breast Center locations across the region offer easy access. We'll create a screening plan that makes sense for you. You have access to specialized breast cancer experts should you need it. Find a screening location near you at avera.org/breast.
Savor the holiday season and celebrate with something truly special. Stella Artois. Launched as a Christmas beer over 90 years ago, Stella Artois remains the best-selling Belgian beer in the world. Its full characteristic flavor and high quality is assured through a superior brewing process and by using the finest ingredients available. Try Stella Artois Original, Solstice, Petite, Cidra, and Midnight Lager. Beautifully balanced with subtle notes of dark chocolate, freshly brewed espresso, and a hint of smoke in the finish. Toast your holidays with Stella Artois. Get some at your favorite place to buy beer.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
Don't just bank, be an explorer. Here at Explorers Credit Union, we do banking differently. As a not-for-profit, member-owned credit union, we know that financial wellness isn't a destination, it's a journey. We're here to help you set goals and reach them with the financial tools, expertise, and support you need. If you're looking for better rates on your loans and local service from your friends and neighbors, Explorers Credit Union has you covered. Learn how we can help your financial journey at explorerscu.com.
Back in the Lancer Locker, I'm Tehl Tanner. Let's go ahead and go to men's basketball here on KYNT. The men's basketball season is going pretty well for the Lancers so far. 5-7 overall record, 2 conference wins so far in the 4 games played. Tough road trip to Morningside over the weekend. Let's go ahead and bring in the assistant coach of the Mount Marty Lancers, Coach Jarius Halligan. Second season here at the Mount. How you doing today?
Doing well, man. Excited to be on. Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. It's been a little while since we've been able to talk on this show. We talk a lot during these games, obviously, but I haven't had you in the studio for a while. I've been looking forward to this.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Definitely looking forward to the opportunity.
Well, let's talk about the season as a whole for the Lancers going into this one. Once again, 5-7 overall. Had a decent non-conference going into conference play. It's the GPAC. You've got a lot of tough opponents week after week, and you have a pretty cool test upcoming where you get 2 ranked teams back-to-back in Concordia and Jamestown. Everybody's kind of dealing with some illness, including you this week. How are you guys feeling?
You know what? We're feeling good. We're just trying to stay healthy as the winter months come around. As you know, I mean, sickness it spreads, especially being on a college campus and everything like that. It's easy, close-knit spaces that sickness do, but we're recovering. Our guys do a good job of staying hydrated, and Shelby, our trainer, does a great job of getting us the medicine that we need when we need it and taking care of us.
Well, let's talk about you for a moment and how you became the assistant coach for the Lancers. You started off West River. We're both West River kids here. Grew up in Faith, South Dakota. Always wanted to play basketball in college, I'm assuming? Definitely.
Always knew from a young age that I'd be moving to try to play college basketball as long as possible and keep that ball bouncing as long as I could.
Went to the University of Mary in Bismarck, North Dakota, before bouncing around, ending up at Augustana, where you started your coaching career as well. But let's talk about your recruiting days coming out of high school, because there's a lot of kids out there now being recruited by you and a bunch of other coaches. What are some of the things that you looked for?
The things that I look for, I mean, just a lot of heart. They're willing to work hard and do the little things. I mean, it sounds cliche. People hear it all the time, but we actually look at body language a lot of off the court stuff. We usually know whether or not you can play basketball. It's what little things do you do that help, that we know will make you fit our locker room and fit what we're trying to build here and the character and the kids that we're trying to bring in.
I think I said the wrong university. University of Great Falls in Montana, where you started off, ended up University of Mary as a grad assistant for a couple years before coming to Mount Marty most recently. You were at Augustana before that, correct? Walk me through your college career.
So basically, my college career started, I came out of high school, I committed to a small Catholic liberal arts school, much like Mount Marty here at the University of Great Falls, which has now been changed to University of Providence. It's a little further from home than I would have liked. I decided I wanted to get a little bit closer, and so I bounced around a little bit. I went to Bismarck State College for a semester to practice, and I had some high school buddies that were playing up there, and so I got in with the coach there, and then kind of knew I was starting to battle some knee injuries, and I knew my playing days were probably coming to an end soon, but I wanted to coach. I knew it. After being in the college system, I was like, I want to coach college basketball. That's my goal. That's my plan. And I started looking for where's my best opportunity to do that. Augustana University had talked to me a little bit in high school about their development team that they had up there. And so it was really intriguing to me. So I started calling their coaches, Coach Hederman at the time and Coach Crawford, who recruited me a little bit out of high school, and kind of told them my plan is like, hey, I'm not ready to give it up. I'm not ready to stop hooping. I want to play on your development team, but I want to become a coach. And they pretty much told me, like, yeah, you can get as much out of it as you want. Coach Biller does a great job with managers and student assistants. And if that's something you want to do and you want to work for, something we could definitely look at doing. So then I took my sophomore year at Augustana to get acclimated, new school, tough school, learning new study habits, trying to get used to the team, everything like that. And my knee injuries continued to get worse to where my junior year, I kind of tried it a couple games the first semester. Actually, my last game for the development team that I played was against Mount Marty, as funny as it sounds. So small world there.
You dropped 30 on the Lancers?
16 and a half, and then I couldn't play anymore. So then I pretty much transitioned full time. My junior year was spent a lot of learning, being a fly on the wall, getting used to the coaching staff with Coach Othrier, our new GA, Coach Stackpool, and then Coach Hederman, working with them closely while also working with Coach Billiter. And then my senior year, they gave me the range. They let me full go. I mean, I was helping with workouts in the fall, agility stuff, everything like that, to where they sat me down and said, we want to travel you. And so I was able to sit on the bench with them and keep some stats and just kind of help out and continue to be a fly on the wall and continue to learn a lot. And I attribute a lot of what I've learned and a lot of my success early in my career to my time at Augustana and then being able to take me in.
While you were at Augustana, met Coach Othrier, who is now the head coach of the Lancers. You guys came down together. One of the first things that he told me when I first talked with him last summer when he came in was he wanted to bring you with him because he knew how vital you would be. What do you see from Coach Othrier, and how do you two work together throughout this season?
One of the biggest things between us was a comfortability standpoint, and that's part of the reason why I came here. When he gave me the call and said, hey, I have this thing brewing down in Mount Marty, I want you to come with me. For me, it was a no-brainer. Like, I called my parents and kind of told them about it, and my mom even was like, what are you doing? That's who you need to go work for. And it was just, like I said, it's a comfortability standpoint. I know how he is. I know how he works, working with him for the 2 years I did at Augie, and just knowing exactly how he's going to run things and what he's looking to build here, and just very, very comfortable from that standpoint.
So let's talk about your role as the assistant coach as we talk about through the week up until game day, some of your roles for this team. What do you do for the team on non-game days?
Non-game days, a lot of my time is spent making sure, first off, that all the pieces are picked up, that all our travel is good to go, itineraries are good to go, that we know where we're going, and that everything is very organized and very detailed. And then after that, it's just I'm on call with our guys. I spend a lot of time in the gym. It's my favorite part of the job is the player development side of it. And so my guys know that I'm on an all-call basis. They can text me the night before, the day of, when their class schedules work, let's get workouts in. I'm constantly looking at their schedules like, hey, let's come in at this time. Let's get the workout, just get some shots up and stuff like that, and continue to get ready and continue to develop as we get ready for our next opponents.
Let's talk about game day itself. During the game, I always see you talking with Coach Othrier, calling out different matchups defensively, making adjustments, as well as scribbling a bunch of stuff down on your paper. I'm assuming notes for the game, keeping stats and what's going on. Tell me about what you do during the game, your role.
A lot of times during the game, a lot of what I do is matchup based and making sure we're prepared and that we're calling things out. Obviously, I get a little bit different view from the players that allow me to talk to our guys and continue to just constantly making the in-game adjustments necessary to win a game. The GPAC's a tough league. A lot of good coaches in the league that you got to be on your toes and be ready for anything. And so with that, just trying to stay ready and do my homework as much as possible and pick up as much as I can.
Well, JJ, it's been a good season for the Lancers so far. Coming up on the holiday season where you're going to have a quick trip down to Florida. Just a quick little hop, skip, and a jump down there. What goes into planning these long trips?
So a lot of the long trips, luckily, Yankton's location is perfect where we don't have a ton of these long trips, but we do like to treat our guys and go give them a different experience. Everything that we do is about the experience of our guys, and so we had the opportunity to go down to Florida this year, and we said absolutely, but with that does come a lot of work, as you know, getting the flights ready, getting the tickets ready, making sure everything's where we're staying. I mean, rental cars, the whole thing goes into it to where like you're planning a trip. And it's like a big vacation for the guys, but it's a business trip too. We're going down there to win 2 games, but also enjoy the experience at the same time with where we're staying, with how we eat, how we travel, where we stay, and everything like that is all part of the whole experience for our guys and the opportunity that they have.
JJ, the entire time we've been talking, I've been asking you about duties, everything you got to do. You've listed more and more and more things, but every single time you say something new, it's all with a smile on the face. I love the attitude, man.
Appreciate that. I love what I do. I really do. I love this job. I love everything about it. And coaching has always been my dream and my goal. And every day I can look in the mirror and say, I truly love my job and everything that comes with it.
Well, I appreciate your time, man. Thanks for coming on the Lancer Locker today. Good luck to the rest of the season.
Anytime, man. I appreciate you having me.
This is KYNT. It's the Lancer Locker on a Monday evening. That was Coach Jarius Halligan of the Mount Marty Lancers. Let's go ahead and take a break. Go to women's basketball and Marissa Caballero around the corner. This is KYNT.
Don't just bank, be an explorer. Here at Explorers Credit Union, we do banking differently. As a not-for-profit, member-owned credit union, we know that financial wellness isn't a destination, it's a journey. We're here to help you set goals and reach them with the financial tools, expertise, and support you need. If you're looking for better rates on your loans and local service from your friends and neighbors, Explorers Credit Union has you covered. Learn how we can help your financial journey at explorerscu.com.
What's the best beverage to enjoy while rooting on your team? 1919 root beer, of course. 1919 is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. The unique recipe and these choice ingredients make 1919 the creamiest, full-bodied draft root beer available. Find it in 12 packs and single-serve cans at grocery, convenience stores, and restaurants. 1919 is alcohol-free and contains no caffeine, making it a beverage of choice at any time for anyone in the family.
Quit smoking, and in just 20 minutes, your blood pressure returns to normal. In 12 hours, carbon monoxide levels in your blood drop. In 48 hours, your sense of smell and taste improve. Within 2 weeks, your lungs work better, you heal faster. 9 months means more energy, fewer illnesses. And in 5 years, your risk of heart attack is half of what it is now. Take a deep breath. You can do this. Call the Quit line at 866-SDQUITS.
United Way of Greater Yankton changes lives and improves our community by mobilizing people and resources to drive strategic impact in education, financial stability, and health of every person in the Greater Yankton community. United Way uplifts individuals and families every day with measurable programs that deliver long-term results. Make your gift United Way's Community Impact Fund, supporting over 65 local programs at yanktonunitedway.org/give or text Yankton to 41444.
Bring the crew to Pete's Ranch in Yankton. This is Annie, and we have legendary pizza and chicken just waiting for you on our buffet. Let us know what you're craving, and we'll make it fresh and bring you the first slice. Or let us deliver right to your front door. Your locally owned Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway, 665-1222.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Back in the Lancer Locker, I'm Tehl Tanner on KYNT. Go to women's basketball here on a Monday. The women's basketball team into this season already on the rise. You can tell it with these players and the coaches and the way they're looking at everything. 3-8 overall record. Had a good win last Wednesday against Midland. Tough road trip to a top 25 program in Morningside over the weekend. Couple of good opponents coming up in Concordia and Jamestown as well. Let's bring in the assistant coach of the Lancers, Marissa Caballero, on a Monday morning. We're talking. Got your coffee in a cold morning. You make it at home, right? What do you drink?
Yeah, I have a brewed coffee, homemade. So
we love that.
Yep.
Absolutely love that. That's how you got to start the day sometimes. Just get through the Mondays.
Yep, get through it.
Well, let's talk about you and let's talk about this Lancer program. First off, you're a fourth-year assistant coach with a first-year head coach. We were just talking about that before we started here. Sometimes it's rare that an incoming head coach keeps the old assistant. Obviously, Coach Bertram saw something that he wanted to keep around in you. Tell us about that first conversation between you and Coach Bertram and how that went.
Yeah, the first time I met Coach Bertram, I had a really good feeling about him. Me and him saw things on the same wavelength. I knew it from the get-go, just from our first conversation, that me and him are going to get along really well. Saw a lot of things eye to eye, just talking basketball stuff over lunch, and I was really excited for the incoming season to work with him.
Let's talk about your career before you became a coach at college. You started off graduating with your bachelor's degree in kinesiology, Notre Dame de Namur University, Belmont, California. I'm pronouncing that name, right?
Yeah.
I got it. All right. Graduated from there, played a couple of years, nearly 15 points a game, went to... or actually 16 points a game, went to Grandview, Washington, Columbia Basin College. So you've played for a couple of different universities, played fairly well, and then you go into your coaching career. How do you think that your playing career prepared you for being a coach?
Well, I was a point guard all through college, so, point guards usually kind of have to know everything on the court. They're the coach on the court, so transitioning into a GA and then the assistant role, it was a little different for me, just kind of transitioning from player to coach. But I felt like my experience as far as, being a leader all 4 years in college really helped me to kind of try and bring out my knowledge to the girls that I was coaching here at Mount Marty.
And when you get to Mount Marty now, you came in as a grad assistant in the master's program before getting your master's degree. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
That's always
it was
impressive.
Awesome.
You come to Mount Marty to get that master's degree and to be an assistant coach. Why'd you choose Mount Marty in the first place?
Well, kind of a weird question, or not a weird question, but a weird story. So I'm from Washington State originally, and then I went to JUCO for 2 years in Washington State. And then I went to Notre Dame, like you said, in Cali. So I was used to, being away from home. So then when I was looking to further my career as an assistant coach and a grad program, I saw Mount Marty, and then I was like, oh, South Dakota. Oh, okay, I'll just apply, might as well. And then, I had that conversation with former head coach Todd at the time. And, it just seemed like a really good opportunity to come in and be a head coach for the JV girls here. And I took it.
Came in and JV coach, obviously, you've done a lot with players in development over the last couple of years. One of the things that I've heard about you over the last couple of years is you work closely one-on-one with players when they're needing it and when they want to schedule it. How does that go and how does that work?
Yeah, I try to be available all the time for our girls, whether it's they want to get individual workout or just get some shots in. Usually how it works is they'll just text me and be like, hey, can you come in Wednesday at 9 a.m. or whatever it is. And then, I'm usually free, and then we get to work in the gym.
Love that. Let's walk through a day in the life of the assistant coach, of things that you need to have prepared throughout the week. Let's do it. Day in the life. Pretend you're a social media star for a moment. So day in the life of Marissa.
Yep. So like a game day?
Go through a regular day, then we'll go to game day.
Okay. So for today, Monday, we get to the office about 10. Coach and I kind of recap the weekends because we play on Saturday. So we'll kind of just talk about how the game went. And then after that, we go into like what recruits we're looking at for this upcoming year. And then kind of just talk game plan for the upcoming games that we have since we play every Wednesday and Saturday. But that's pretty much it. Kind of just office work and then weight room and practice mid-afternoon.
And a lot of film study as well. I know Coach Bertram has you put together clips of each game to teach players what went wrong, what went right, and things you can improve on, correct?
Yeah, correct. I do post-game breakdown. So after we play, I'll go through our film and I'll show them some clips on what we did good, what we did bad, what we want to keep doing. And then he'll do usually our opponent's film, but to prepare before the game.
Let's talk about game day itself then. Talk about your schedule on game days. Let's start it off with home before we talk about scheduling things on the road. What does a normal game day look like for the Lancers?
Well, it depends if it's a Wednesday or Saturday, but usually home games. So this Saturday we play at 2 o'clock. So usually what we do is we have shoot around about 9:30 or so, and then all of us go eat breakfast as a team around 10. And then that usually takes about, a half hour or so to eat. And then the girls have to be back to the gym probably around 12 o'clock, 2 hours before the game. And then we do our pregame talk with the girls in the locker room 50 minutes before start of game.
And then road games just mess up everything, right?
Yeah.
So walk me through a road day, like this Wednesday going to Concordia, which is a long trip during the week. How does that work?
Yep. So what happens is, first of all, we have to send out missed class forms for the girls because this Wednesday we're leaving at 1 o'clock. So kind of what that looks like is we'll get on the road and then we'll stop in Columbus to grab some sandwiches for them around 3 o'clock, just to have a pregame meal. And then we're headed to the gym. So we usually get there about 4:15. The girls have about an hour 45 to get ready for the game. So they get ready, shoot some extra shots, And then again, we go in 50 minutes before start of game in the locker room.
Talk about your duties during the game itself. What are you doing on the sideline?
So this year, I'm really focusing on our girls and the opponent. So as far as like if somebody needs a sub or what their defense is doing and what we can do offensively to counter that, kind of just really watching the game. Our GA is in charge of, keeping track of fouls and timeouts and all of that. So I'm really focused in on what's happening live during the game.
Okay. Well, Marissa, thank you very much for coming in today. It's a program on the rise for sure. That's one of the things that I love seeing the most this season is the faces of the people in the crowd. Everybody can tell it feels a little bit different. This program is truly rising.
Yeah, I agree. And we're excited for the future.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Marissa.
Thank you for having me, Tehl.
This is KYNT, the Lancer Locker. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll come back in a couple minutes, finish things up on a Monday. This is KYNT.
With grain carts getting bigger and better every year, don't you think it's time to outfit them accordingly? Sherco's 4500 Series HD electric tarp works seamlessly with existing Sherlock tarps. The heavy-duty extruded arms are the strongest on the market and come with a lifetime warranty. Operating is easy and convenient with one of our smart remote options that let you open and close your tarp with the push of a button. Call to order yours today at 1-800-474-8756. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco.
What's special about Slumberland is ours is a free service. They get to come into our store. It helps the customer understand how the space is going to work so that they don't feel nervous about their purchase. If you live locally, you can set up an appointment with one of our sales representatives where we can come into your home and help you understand if you want to go shopping in your own home and bring some different pieces in to help them work with maybe the new piece you're looking for.
Free interior design service at Yankton Slumberland, located at 2401 Broadway Avenue.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
Buying or selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you may make in your lifetime. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm ready to help guide you with professional advice from before the listing until after the close. Not only will you get real estate knowledge, but also we provide moving boxes and an enclosed courtesy trailer to help make the move just a little easier. Call me today at 664-5555.
'Tis the season for sneezing, stuffy noses, and simply getting sick. If you're not feeling well, remember, Yankton Medical Clinic Convenient Care is open 7 days a week. Appointment required. Self-schedule online or call today, whatever works best for you. The physicians and staff wish everyone a healthy, happy holiday season. They are thankful for the support of their communities and look forward to serving you in the year ahead. At Yankton Medical Clinic, they strive to provide so much care so close to home.
Well, a big thanks to both JJ and Marissa for coming in and speaking with me today. A couple of programs just on the rise. They have some great coaching staffs, both head and assistant. Let's go ahead and wrap things up here on the Lancer Locker as we look ahead to this week in Lancer Athletics. First off, Wednesday, once again, both teams traveling down to Seward, Nebraska, to play Concordia University on the road. The women will start off the game 6 p.m. tip versus a team that likes to run and gun in Concordia. The men's team will play directly following. We've got coverage beginning 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday. Also upcoming Friday, track and field season begins in the indoor season. The Concordia Early Bird, Day 1 and Day 2, Friday, Saturday, in a 2-day meet in Seward, Nebraska. Also Saturday, men's and women's basketball home versus Jamestown, 2 p.m. in the Simple Arena. We've got coverage, KYNT and KYNTV, of the home games. This is the Lancer Locker on KYNT 102.1 FM, AM 1450. My name is Tehl Tanner. It's been a great show. It was awesome to see both JJ and Marissa in the booth again. I always appreciate the time I get to spend with those two. My name is Tehl Tanner. This has been the Lancer Locker. We'll see you next time.